Good evening and welcome to Hopkinton High School for tonight's boys varsity basketball game as the Ashland Clockers take on your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. The Tri-Valley League is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship and establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. The league will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, game officials, or fans in attendance. Such actions include taunting, trash talking, and the berating of players or officials. Please respect all decisions made by officials. Please respect fans, coaches, participants, and opponents alike. Thank you for helping create a positive, respectful, and fun environment here at HHS. And now for tonight's lineups. For the Clockers, at guard, number 13, junior Brandon Grover. At forward, number 22, junior Shay Hastings. At forward, number 23, junior Dominic Kavanaugh. At forward, number 24, junior captain Kevin Russell. And at forward, number 3, senior captain Kevin Robidoux. The coaches for the Clockers are Colin Murphy, Scott Soderberg, and John Knoll. And now for your hometown, Hopkinton Hillers. At guard, number 3, junior Stephen Maffiori. At guard, number 10, junior Thomas Ambrosoni. At guard, number 14, senior Ryan Kester. At forward, number 25, senior McCallum Lind. And at forward, number 24, senior captain Brendan Kelly. The Hillers are coached by Tom Keene and Chris Banks. Now please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Steve Spector back with you here for the second part of our doubleheader. At this time we have the boys version of the Hopkinton Hillers hosting the Ashland Clockers. And Steve, we just had a controversial, but at the very least exciting ending to the girls game, with the Hopkinton Hiller girls taking it 31-29, and hopefully the boys are looking to complete the sweep here against the rival Ashland Clockers.
Yeah, big game for the Hillers. Hiller boys are on a roll. They're like this, I think you said earlier, 8-2 in the Tri-Valley League and 8-4 overall. They have a couple of non-league losses to Westboro and also to Somerville, I think. So
right.
In Ashland, kind of a tough record-wise, going on 2-11 overall, 1-9 in the Tri-Valley League. So Hiller's definitely playing for positioning and seeding at the moment, with still a decent amount of the season left. And in the case of Ashland's, mostly pride, but always a great rivalry. Two teams, two towns, so always playing. Whoa, little elbows flaring right there, right out of the gate. Kevin Robidoux sort of giving himself some real estate. Ooh, almost a walk.
Right, almost first violation of the game. As the baseline two-point shot is good from Shay Hastings.
That's a heck of a nice start for Hastings to hit the first shot. Could have been a three. Stepped over the line.
Maffiori drives, stops, pops, no good on the shot. Nice. Somehow steals it away.
Scrappy player. Maffiori's having a great year. Oh, Mac Lind underneath, no good.
Tough look, great outlet pass there from Ashland. But then an even better defensive stop on the other end, as taking the charge was Hopkinton's Ryan Kester. Planted his feet and took one right in the chops there. First foul of the game.
The previous game, the Hillers had a W, and in that game, Jacob Cohen, junior guard, having a great season, unfortunately injured his shoulder, and he's on the bench in the street clothes, unfortunately, and he looks like he's either separated or something. It looked fairly serious. I don't want to overstate it or understate it, but he's not playing tonight, and I want to wish him the best and hope he gets back to 100% as soon as possible.
The missed three there from Mac Lind ends up in the hands of Ashland.
Nice pass. Woo! Nice play.
It turns into an open layup for Kevin Russell. The nice finish. 4-0 Ashland.
6'4" Russell, probably the tallest player on the floor. Now Fioria wide open.
Another offensive board. He can't get the second attempt to go. And a travel called there. This one going against Dominic Kavanaugh, as he had a nice move to get the Hiller defender up in the air. That leads to a quick timeout from Coach Tom Keene.
Yeah, so this is an opportunity for the Hiller boys to keep the train running down the track. A lot of positive momentum going here, and definitely not quite as many parents here tonight for the second game. Still a good turnout for the parents, but the student section is loaded up a little bit more than in the girls' teams over there too. So, and we have the cheers going down. Awesome.
Not pictured there was Lily Morningstar just outside the picture. Wasn't too thrilled about having to get up there and participate in that cheer there, because she certainly played her tail off in that last game, which, I mean, I'm sure it'll come up a few times, but we had that controversial ending where there was a missed free throw from Ashley McDermott, and the ball kind of bounced, and nobody touched it for about 2 seconds until Kayla Madden, and it was her intention for it to be like that. She picked it up and then tried to get a shot off with about a second and a half left, but unfortunately the clock started before she touched it, and that led into about a 15-minute discussion, let's say, until finally they gave Ashland the inbound pass underneath the Hiller hoops. They had to go all the way down the court in order to try to get something off, and then almost we saw Kayla Madden almost knock that shot down.
Well, that was quite an ending, and I think they, as we talked about after the game, I think the refs ultimately got it right, even without the instant replay at their disposal.
Right.
They did a good job, and that was the fair thing to do. And good win for the Hillers. Keeps their season somewhat alive for the playoffs. Oh, wide open Ambersoni. Can't get it to fall. Oh,
it's a bit
Ashland.
too hard. Matt Fiore again with his third offensive rebound already. Ambersoni again drives. This one inside to Kelly. His shot no good.
Ooh.
Yeah, Ambersoni got the rebound and got clipped a little bit by the Ashland player. A foul called. Tough landing for Ambersoni. Looks like he's okay. A bit rattled, just rattled for a bit.
I could feel that one up here. I didn't mean to grunt up here, but that was quite a landing. Landed kind of
comes from experience.
On his backside, and let's see if Ambersoni's playing hard. He's had a great season. He looks like he might be hurt. We've got to keep an eye on him. He landed really hard on his backside.
Yeah, Fiore's pass off of the leg of Kevin Russell. And as I look at this Hiller's boys roster, quite a stark contrast between this and then the girls roster, where we don't see a single freshman on the team for the boys and only one sophomore in Brian Keefe. So quite the stark contrast between the boys and girls programs right now.
Yeah, and then unfortunately for the girls, you got Lily Morningstar just coming back, like 4 or 5 games ago. The only senior on the roster, and then Olivia Gladue, who's really out for the season.
Who's another junior, more experienced too.
A junior that played a lot of minutes over the last 2 years, very experienced. And oh, too bad. Mac Lind couldn't keep himself in bounds there.
Did everything he could there to keep his feet off the ground. Just could not do it to finish off the save there. Ball goes back to Ashland. 4:32 left here in the first. 4-0 score in favor of the Clockers. The Clockers are 2-11 overall right now.
5 seconds.
And then the Clockers give it right back on the 5-second violation. They are 2-11 overall, 1-9 in the TVL, riding an 8-game losing streak. Typically scoring anywhere from 30 to 40 points in a game, though they have gone over that number a few times. It's typically where they hover, as a 3 from Lind is no good. Good box out from Ashland, but then another turnover. Ball rolls out of bounds.
Looks like it was tipped, just barely, but tipped by the Hillers. 4:21 left in the first quarter. No points for the Hillers. That's a little unusual. And bringing the
senior Nicholas Hines getting a large roar from the crowd.
In my experience this season, he's got his own personal
fan base.
So I don't know what he's got going on, but I had nothing like that ever. I can tell you that. Nicholas has had a great season. He comes in instant energy off the bench, with along with Elon Rosen, who's like the human eraser out there. He's got a lot of blocks.
Good ball movement from Ashland there. The 3 just a bit short. Puvakad picks up the loose ball. Matt Fiore's pass, nobody there. And Puvakad challenges the shot. And it looks like Ashland's going to be shooting 2 from the line. Looks like Shea Hastings will be going up.
She's a low-scoring situation going on here. Like I said, unusual. Under 4 minutes. We're 4 minutes into the game. No points.
Only 2 buckets in the game at all. And then the free throw going to Ash on the big screen, going to Hopkinton, but it should be 5-0. Yep. Ashland.
We'll correct that. I don't know if they've got that. There they go. And they hit the second one.
And yeah, two in a row for the Clockers, 6-0. And like I just mentioned, only 2 buckets in the opening quarter thus far. A lot of offensive opportunities for Hopkinton. As Matt Fiore himself has 3 offensive rebounds, but just no luck offensively. And another turnover there for the Hillers.
Well, what can happen sometimes, Tim, is you get a team that's got a really strong winning record. Ooh, that's got to be a travel right
and
there.
Another walk right away, giving it back to Hopkinton.
And I can't say with 100% certainty this is the case, but the Hillers coming out flat. Maybe there's a little bit of a, putting the buggy before the horse a little bit, a little overconfident perhaps, which wouldn't be the first time that would ever happen. Oh, nice play by Tommy Andersoni.
Yes, as he draws the foul and will be shooting 2. And also, I can't imagine that. I mean, anything's possible, but I can't imagine that anyone on either team here has gone through what they just went through, waiting another 15 minutes to get their game started after what they thought was going to be a relatively unceremonious end to the girls' game. An extra 15 to 20 minutes there might have set things off. I mean, it seems both teams have been slightly affected, at least offensively, at the beginning of this one. As Amersoni goes 1 for 2 from the line.
And Brian Keefe coming in off the bench. Instant energy, too. He had a big game the other night, hitting 2 big 3-pointers. Oh, nice.
An active press there from the Hillers. Taking it all the way was Kelly. He couldn't finish. And then in the scrum for the loose ball, last touch an Ashland player out of bounds.
We don't have a 33 on the roster for Ashland, so we apologize. We don't know who that player is, but he's hustling big time out there. See if we can get that information for you. Oh, nice.
And Kelly takes the foul and knocks it down. A chance for a 3-point play coming up here for the senior.
That's a big bucket. First bucket of the night for the Hillers. There you go. As these can go, Tim, these things can go in spurts, and right now, whoa. Oh, this.
A nice block from Ilan Rosen. The three,
Feeling it.
no good from Hines.
Nice
bounce pass leads to a wide open layup for Kevin Russell. And again, that was number 33, who we don't have a name for, but a great look from him, leading to an easy bucket.
Oh, nice play by Keefe. Good hustle.
Yeah, Kevin Russell stole that ball away and tried to dribble it behind his back. Lost it there, and then Keefe fighting for the loose ball.
Sacrifice his body. That's his
quick
spot.
Corner three.
He hit 2 of those
on
Friday night. He hit 2 of those.
Bubakad's three off the second chance, no good, and then a foul called. Looks like that going against Hines, I believe.
It's good to see some points on the board for the Hillers.
Yep, 8-4, Ashland lead, 2:30 left here in the first quarter.
Hillers with a full court 2-1-2 press, looking for a trap, tip ball or whatever. Almost a travel. There's, close one for Keefe.
The quick three, no good from Ashland.
Oh, nice play by
with a
Bubakad.
great effort to get that rebound.
Good recovery by Keefe. He was in a little bit of trouble there for a minute.
Kelly up through defenders, couldn't get it. Russell with the rebound.
Ashland, you got to give him credit. They're off to a pretty good start. Definitely had the momentum early.
Great ball moving from the Clockers. Baseline floater, no good from number 2, who we also don't have on the roster here. Let's see if we can get that for you.
Bubakad, nice move.
Lane opens up for Bubakad. He sinks the left-handed lay-in. And that's the second foul going against Hines, picking 2 up in the last minute.
So we got to get number 2 and number 33 for Ashland. I'm going to go undercover for a minute and see if I can do that second here.
So 1:31 left here in the first quarter. 8-6 Ashland lead. Loose ball picked up by Lind. A nice pass from Bubakad to Lind, trailing for 3, and that rattles around. Great offense there from the Hillers. Gives them their first lead of the game at 9-8 with just over a minute left here in the first quarter.
Mac Lind, big 3-point bucket. He's capable of hitting them too. And all of a sudden, after almost 4.5 minutes into the game with no points, the Hillers have scored 9 in the last couple minutes and pull them ahead. And again, big night here tonight. While we have a minute, I just want to say one thing about, Ashland and Hopkinton are 2 communities, 2 towns, big competition, but certainly 2 neighboring towns, and we always look out for one another. And Ashland has a student who graduated last year, Jake Silver, who is going through a tough time, and his family really tough time. Jake's got a tough medical situation, and we just want to send out our prayers to Jake and his family right now. And the Hopkinton and Ashland community are thinking of you, Jake, if you're listening, and wishing you well. And as we were getting ready for this game, I was thinking about you, and want to make sure we covered that today.
Absolutely, well said, Steve. 1:08 left here in this opening quarter off that timeout. Hillers up 9-8. Open 3 from the left side, no good. Rebounded by Bubakad.
Oh, nice pass.
With a nice long pass to Keefe.
Good idea by Keefe. Oh, too bad.
Keefe's pass knocked away. Lind picks it up, but then a foul going against Ashland.
Number 2 could be be a freshman on the JV that's coming up, getting some minutes. He's got a good game going on. Just picked up his first foul. He may have to go to halftime to get those names, but for now, number 2, first foul for him.
Under a minute now here in this opening quarter. 9-8 still, Hopkinton with the lead. Nice turnaround there. Elin Rosen.
Well, that's
and then Fubicott a bit too aggressive there. Going right through the body of Kevin Rabidou.
Yep, no question about that one.
That's his second foul of the first quarter.
And after being down 8-4, it's now 11-8 Hillers. 7 straight points, as my math skills are stellar. I can tell.
Still sharp,
yep,
still sharp.
19 seconds left on the quarter. There's almost a steal.
Brissoni. Then almost a foul. Probably could have been called on Rabidou there. Under 10 seconds left. And the ball going out of bounds. Again, probably a foul could have been called on Brissoni as well on that one. But after no calls made, the last one to touch it was Ashland. 5.5 seconds left for Hopkinton to get a shot off.
Colin Murphy, head coach at Ashland, as well as Scott Soderberg, who's actually a good friend of mine from years ago. He used to play pickup ball back in Framingham back in the day, and they were not happy with that no call there, and they're just looking to get a piece of the referee's ear and express that, and there he goes. But anyway, 11-8 Hillers after one. Not a bad start considering they were down early, and looks like we have the Hiller cheerleaders going to come on and take over for a minute.
So as you said, Steve, a 7-0 run for the Hopkinton Hillers after being down 8-4 to take us into the second quarter.
Good start, and you know what we've seen in some of these other games earlier this year with the Hillers is players like Brendan Kelly, who's in the game and on the floor right now, along with Elon Rosen, who defensively has had a big presence. And the last couple games, he's got tons of block shots. He had at least 6 in the last game that I could remember. And we'll see if Ashland can deal with that kind of height down low when Hillers are on offense, because Brendan can take over the game down low. We've seen that many times.
3-point shot off the mark from Brandon Grover. Matt Fiore ends up with it. Rosen turns around, can't hit the shot. Tough look there for the junior center. Now, the last time these two teams met, it was in Ashland on December 21st. Hopkinton put a bit of a beatdown on them, taking it 64-31. And a bit of a different tenor for this game, as it's 11-8, a minute through the second quarter. Nonetheless, Hopkinton hoping to complete the night sweep and the season sweep of Ashland here, as the girls took the earlier of the doubleheader.
Certainly unusual to have 2 blowouts for the same team. Oh, tough play for the Hillers, kind of forced that pass in there by Steven. But certainly got to give Ashland credit. You know, the record, not an impressive record, but certainly an impressive start for them tonight so far. Ooh, there's a steal right there.
Pass thrown away by Grover. Lynn comes up with it. He's going to take it the whole way. And poked away. Might have got bailed out a bit on that one. It looked like a clean poke at first from Kevin Russell. Nonetheless, 2 free throws going to be coming here for. Oh no, that was on the floor too. I'm getting a little confused with these on the floor Like maybe the reason he couldn't get the shot off is because he was being fouled. I don't know, but regardless, an open three is missed.
Nice.
Rankatori comes up with the offensive glass.
Just getting the game, and then he gets a nice bucket, almost a steal.
And Rankatori too aggressive on the defensive end. Hit with the blocking foul as Shea Hastings is trying to drive baseline.
Yeah, Rankatori made the most of his minutes when he's come on the floor. And Ryan Kester, haven't mentioned his name too much tonight, but he's capable of heating up. Still early in the game, just 6:17 left in the second quarter here. We've seen Kester heat up from three-point land on a few occasions this season.
The open three, fired and knocked down. Kevin Russell, the big man, showing off the stroke from behind the arc. 13-11, Hillers now.
6'4" lefty junior. That's got to keep an eye on that guy. He's had himself a good game so far. That's a foul on 23, I think.
Ambersoni driving, forcing the issue. Looks like that should be going against Kavanaugh.
It's a 1-on-1. A little more fouls this game than the last.
Big difference so far. We didn't see anybody shoot free throws until they made it a point to do so by fouling intentionally in the girls' game. First free throw good from the junior guard, Ambersoni.
He had a game or two ago. He had 17 points. A lot of them came in the second half. And again, there's a lot of players on the Hillers that have the potential to really heat up. Tommy's one of them. We've seen Mathiori get hot from three-point land. One game earlier this year, he had 11 points in about a minute and a half. We've seen that. Almost a travel there.
Russell gets hit hard on his layup attempt. No good on the shot, but two free throws coming. With 5:40 left here in the first half. 15-11 Hopkinton lead.
Foul on Rankatori, his second.
He picked up two quick ones.
Yep.
Oh for 2 on that trip for Russell.
Free throws are always a big factor. Ambersoni looking for a little daylight. Nice block. Looked like a nice block from here. But refs saw it differently. Looked like a call. Looks like a two-shot foul. So Ambersoni, 5:32 left in the second quarter. Already 8 fouls on Ashland. So we're going to be 1-on-1 for a long time. We hopefully get out of here by tonight.
Right. Hope so.
Ambersoni hits the second one. Steal. Oh, and one.
Great play from Ambersoni. Making 1 and 2 on that trip. Comes, steals the ball, takes a contact, makes an acrobatic layup. 2 more points and a chance for another here. That's the 3rd foul on Kevin Russell, getting him out of the game.
It's quite an athletic play by Ambersoni, flying in there. Wow, 3-point. That's a big swing there. Going from 14-11 to 19-11 in just over a minute or so. Nice trap by the Hillers. Ooh, almost a travel, almost another travel. Hillers doing a good job trapping. Ashland running out of clock and running out of room. Got to launch it.
3-point shot fired just off the front of the rim. Offensive board, second attempt, no good. Mathiori with it now.
Nice.
And a timeout called. Coach Colin Murphy not liking what he's seeing from his team. 21-11, Hiller lead.
I mean, this quarter is Hiller so far with 4:49 left in the half, outscoring Ashland 10-3 so far, and hence the timeout by Ashland to try to regroup here, kind of stop the bleeding here. But certainly Hiller's, after a slow start, are getting their mojo going here.
Yeah, the Hiller's full court press is giving Ashland a lot of trouble, and if they haven't necessarily forced too many turnovers, but have been able to make it increasingly difficult for Ashland to get over half court. And then by the time that happens, about almost half the shot clock is gone, and they've had even more trouble trying to get a shot off after the first challenge getting past half court. So, and that's part of the reason for that, just that the 11 points that we see here for Ashland. Tough going for any offense to come by. And meanwhile, the Hillers are getting bits and pieces from various players out there on the court.
And then one other development that we're just kind of noticing here is, plenty of time left in the first half, and Ashland's big man, Kevin Russell, 6'4" junior, with 3 fouls. If I'm looking at the scoreboard, if that's correct. So he's not in the game right now. And will be interesting to see if he comes back in the second half, until the second half, because there's a wide open. Oh, too bad.
Ambersoni, who was a bit too open there, thought too much about the layup, couldn't get it to fall. But another great play from the Hiller defense, forcing that turnover. Ambersoni with a bit of a wild shot there, tried to get a rebound, ended up poking it out of bounds.
Sort of a team, Mike Tarosian and the cheerleader in the front trying to make a good play down there. Tarosian kicked it back to the cheerleader and back to the ref, so that worked out pretty good. That quickness that Mike has.
Kavanaugh with a tough, awkward-looking floater, but got it to float in off the backboard. 21-13 now.
Keefe, tough shot.
A tough layup among a lot of Ashland defenders. Somehow, with Rosen on the floor, but in between 4 clockers, somehow the ball rolls out of bounds, stays with Hopkinton.
And Kevin Russell back in the game, 3 fouls. See if the Hillers take the ball into him. Ashland hanging around, only down by 8.
Right, despite how the game feels, they're only down by single digits. But a wide open layup there from Brendan Kelly. Ashland, or excuse me, Hopkinton's basket's definitely coming of a much easier variety than Ashland's.
Good job by Ashland breaking the press. Ooh. Macklin not agreeing with that call. Definitely some contact, a little frantic. I mean, Hiller's playing tough D. Ashland moving the ball, the hot potato, moving the ball around like that, and puts the Clockers into a 1-on-1 situation for the first time tonight.
First free throw is no good. Looks like it went off of Ryan Kester's hands. Will stay with Ashland.
Dominic Kavanaugh having himself a pretty decent game. Ashland's missed a few free throws tonight. That could have the score a little tighter than the 10 points that's at right now. Almost a travel. A nice pass right to John Ritz under the camera, under the hoops there. They've moved him back a little bit, get a better angle, and he's kind of mingling with the crowd of the student section, which I'm sure he's enjoying that.
3:15 left here in the opening half. Again, after that late start we had here in Hopkinton due to the end of the girls' game, as Puvakov drives, gets the left-handed layup to fall.
Nice recovery by number 2.
Open 3 for Grover.
Oof, in and out.
Just rattles in and out. three from Keefe, no good. Another offensive rebound for the Hillers. Another
Keefe
three
launching
for
it.
Keefe.
There it
This
is.
time gets it to fall.
I mean, he's capable of heating up, so why not keep
He's
it
apparently
rolling?
got the license to shoot,
Yep.
as he took 2 on that possession alone.
It's
Got the second one to fall.
It's good to see him shooting it up. Nice play by Ashland.
Grover the pass to Rabideau, gets the easy lay-in, 28-15. Hillers ahead. Kester, the spot up three, just in and out. Pass inside Kavanaugh, just short on the free throw line jumper. Saves it somehow. Ashland able to keep possession. 5 seconds on the shot clock. The deep three from Rabideau, way off the mark. Grabbed by Kelly. He knifes between 2 defenders, but a bit out of control there. The three-pointer, no good from Ashland. Looks like off the leg of what I thought was Lind, but apparently my eyes deceived me, went off of Ashland. And Hopkinton will take over.
Hillers 28-15, 1:25 left in the first half here at the Athletic Center. Big crowd here tonight. Doubleheader. It's the only doubleheader of the year. Used to have 2 or 3 of these.
Yeah, right. Perhaps maybe the addition of Dedham and Norwood kind of throwing a wrench into the normal TVL schedule that we had. Not to blame them, of course, just merely my observations here, because you're right, that we did this several times last year, and I haven't been doing the boys' games this year, but there's only been one occasion for it to happen anyway.
And just a minute ago, Stephen Maffiori with a three-pointer. He can get hot. 31-15, 44 seconds left in the quarter in the first half.
Rankatori driving in. Nice dish to Kelly. He lost that one. Tipped away.
Could be 3 seconds.
Maffiori now for three.
Ooh,
it rattles around. Shot clock off for Ashland. Just under 25 seconds for them to get a shot off. Leads to an open three. The bounce pass from Rabideau, no good on the shot. Now Hopkinton with 15 seconds.
Ooh.
It looked like Rabideau kicked that ball, but no luck there for Hopkinton on the call. And then Maffiori fighting with Grover on that drive. Maffiori's face shocked at the call there, but Grover will be shooting 2 nonetheless.
Yeah, it looked like was it number 2? Again, we don't have his name, unfortunately, but nice defensive play. Kind of picked the ball away from Rambersoni, which doesn't happen very often. And substitutions coming in before the free throws.
That one was apparently a little bit of violation there. 12 heading back to the bench. Ben College. Now subs are allowed as Russell will sit down, trying to avoid that 4th foul here in the first half.
Yeah, they got away with it. They brought him back in with about 3 or 4 minutes left in the quarter, and he did a good job keeping himself under control. Not getting that 4th, like you say. Ooh, off the Hillers.
Yeah, off the chest of Kelly. Tough break there as Ashland went 1 for 2 on free throws.
Ashland looking for somebody to call a play. Or they're bringing Russell back in. I think it's probably a little alley-oop situation going on here. But the classic box. There's a couple picks coming. Here they come. Gonna launch it.
Open three for Grover. Just a bit short. The good defense making him rearrange that shot. And after the first half, the Hillers with a sizable lead, up 31-16.
Yeah, good job by this, especially the second quarter. They got, Hillers scored 20 points in the second quarter, which is, that's a lot. That's a good output, good production there. And Ashland, a little shorthanded. They don't have as much size as the Hillers, and they fought hard in the first half. But we got a 31-16 lead going into halftime, and we also have the Hiller cheerleaders about to take over. So why don't we take a short break as they lead us into the break, and then we'll see y'all in the second half.
Hi everyone. Quick announcement after the game tonight. The Knights of Columbus from Hopkins and Ashland will be putting on a free throw competition right in this gym. Any boys or girls ages 9 to 14 right after the game will have a free throw competition. Feel free to come on over by the windows and register. Thank you.
Tim Hladek and Steve Spector back with you here for the beginning of the second half, which should occur momentarily. The Hillers with a 31-16 lead, a 15-point advantage going into the second half. And Steve, I think the biggest difference here, the Hiller press, the full court press, is causing a lot of problems for the Clockers, and I'm not sure what they can do to change that.
Yeah, and their backcourt is not as strong as some of the other teams we've seen coming through here in the Athletic Center this season. And I'm not batting 1,000 here, but if I had to predict something to happen in the second half, I sort of see the Hillers going to, potentially, we've seen them break out in the third quarter. So with a 15-point lead already, the game, Ashland really needs to pull this back in. If they want to get back in the game, they can't let it get away too early in the second half. And again, another thing to keep in mind is their main man, Kevin Russell, number 24, has 3 fouls, so he's in the game right now. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Ashland stick with man-to-man defense. Matt Fiore drives, gets the nice floater to bank in there. First 2 points of the half.
And, Matt Fiore, good strategy. I'm sure that Coach Keene brought up the fact that Kevin Russell, number 24, really, he's the glue around for Ashland. You can see he's had quite a good game already. And Matt Fiore took it right to him. And if he were to get a 4th foul at this point, that would have been catastrophic for Ashland, but he backed off. And it looks like number 12, Ben College, 6'2" senior forward, getting tended to by Catherine Henry, the Hopkinton athletic trainer. Not sure what that's about. Hopefully he's okay. Look, he's got a cut. Well, a cut in his knee is better than a twisted ankle, so we may hopefully we'll see him back in the game. Hopefully he's okay.
And some talk going on with the referee. Apparently the game clock was wrong.
I don't know how
fixing that up. Yeah.
You got to watch the game and how they can determine the clock. It's beyond me, but good for them.
Well, at least it wasn't a long break. So Ashland inbounds it with 7:20 now on the clock. Pass inside to Kavanaugh. Somehow, probably could have drew the foul there.
I would agree with you there.
Matt Fiore knocks down the 3. 5 quick points for him to open up the half.
That's a big swing there. Ashland misses a bunny layup, and then Matt Fiore. And we've seen him coming in off out of halftime, and there's a much-needed hoop for Ashland. Brandon Grover with his first hoop of the night, I think, with a 3-pointer. But Matt Fiore can heat up. He got 11 points in the first minute and a half of the second half a couple games ago here. He's on fire.
Kelly down low, trying to use that muscle, gets the shot up and in over Kavanaugh.
Full court press. Nice job by number 13, Brandon Grover, kind of keeping things. Ooh, nice play.
Rabadou grabs the rebound over a couple of Hillers, finds himself wide open for a lay-in. Matt Fiore high off the glass. Kavanaugh not too pleased with that call, with 2 free throws coming for Matt Fiore. Chance for his 6th and 7th point of the quarter.
Coach Murphy expressing his displeasure with that call. Okay. Kicking his clipboard a little bit over there. My buddy Scott Soderberg, assistant coach, trying to keep him calm.
Matt Fiore 0 for 2 on that trip. Kick ball there from Matt Fiore, good defensive play. .558 left here in this third quarter, 38-21 lead for Hopkinton.
It's a long season for any team that's got a record of, 1 or 2 wins, 2-11 to be exact overall. And
Now they just called a foul on Hopkinton. Okay, all right. They had the wrong number up there, and it was 23, but there wasn't a 23. So I think after the kick, they called the foul really quickly on Mac Lynn.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even see it, but referees did, and there wasn't too much commotion from the Hopkinton side.
Hiller's in the 2-3 zone. Good D right now, aggressive, kind of active.
College's shot. Looks like he's in there after getting the knee wrapped up.
That's trouble right there.
Kelly, nice play. Couldn't get
nice
the shot
play.
to fall, but pokes it out, so Lynn can grab the offensive board. Kester's pass to Kelly's knocked away.
I was referring to trouble as that's trouble for Ashland. And Brendan Kelly usually hits those shots underneath.
Russell, the quick fire three, ill-advised shot there.
Wow.
Maybe trying to shoot his team back into it, but
Oh,
no.
wow.
Nice hesitation
Ooh,
play by Ambersoni. I thought they could have got him with a carry, but now he ends up with an open three off the mark and then somehow rebounds that shot.
Good ball control by Ambersoni. Dribbling in a phone booth out there. Good ball handling skills right there, dribbling through the Ashland team just to get it out of trouble.
Pass inside to Lynn. Rabidou, good defensive play to knock it out of bounds.
Wholesale changes here. Everyone coming up, but Kester staying in. Everyone else is in. Everyone else is out.
Leads to an open three for Keith. No good. Russell driving, got pushed. Foul going against
I
Hopkinton.
think it's Kester, his first. Boy, they had the pizza in early for us. I could use a couple, like a chocolate chip cookie or two would be good about this time. It's 2 games in a row.
As Russell knocks down that three.
Not just us, but our awesome crew here. Ooh, too bad.
Pass knocked out of bounds goes to Ashland.
Hanging around, 38-24. Hiller's still got a sizable lead, but
Keefe, the
tough
nice
shot.
effort to get the shot off. And a foul there as Hines grabs the offensive board. We'll see who that foul's on. Luckily for Ashland, it is only the second one on Benton College. Thought that could have been going against Russell, which would have been his fourth.
Nicholas Hines got his cheering section staring right at him. They're kind of rooting for him. You just get one of these two, and then the place will go nuts. Kester coming out. And Puvakad back in for him, I think. There it is. $15-point lead.
.406 remaining here in the third quarter. Like you said, Steve, a 39-24 lead for Hopkinton, up 15. Russell, the quick fire three again. No good, grabbed by Ambersoni. Good passing leads to an open Keefe three. Just
Nice
rattles
play
out,
by
but
Ambersoni.
Ambersoni, yeah, great play to get in there and tip it back out.
Working the clock down. Good idea by the Hillers to do that. Hillers looking on setting some picks for each other. Shot clock under 10 now, 7 seconds.
A foul called on the screen. That one looks like it's going against Rosen.
Tough D by Ashland. They're hanging around. Playing them even this quarter.
Rabideau trying to cut through that double team. Tough break for Hopkinton defensively as looks like Puvakad picks up his 3rd foul.
Kind of bailed him out with that play. He did split the seam and had nowhere to go, but fortunately for number 3, Kevin Rabideau, they called a foul on the Hillers to kind of bail him out. Hillers with 5 fouls this half already.
3 fired from Rabideau.
Ooh, back rim.
Bit strong.
Good box.
And Rabideau probably could have been hit with the foul there.
Keith with a good box there.
Pass inside to Rosen. He tries to carve out some space. Gets a shot off. And Russell can't handle the rebound. Ball stays with Hopkinton.
Good effort by Rosen. And good D by Russell. By not picking up a foul on that play. Could have happened.
Rosen again. This time steps out of bounds, it looks like, before he was able to fire that pass off. Turnover for the Hillers. 2:36 left here in the 3rd quarter. 39-24 lead still for Hopkinton.
Is a steal?
Ambersoni picks this one off. Keefe gets his pocket picked. Russell almost gets it stolen from him. A lot of hectic play going on right
kind
now.
of controlled chaos, mostly controlled.
And Rabideau passed a bit too high there for his teammate.
Just a few more changes for the Hillers, bringing a few of the starters back in to finish up the quarter. 2:06 left, 15-point lead. .202 left in the 3rd quarter, I should say. Wide open.
Lind finds himself wide open for a layup, challenged by Grover. Or excuse me, that was College. That's going to be foul on him, his 3rd.
Mac Lind having himself a good season. Senior forward, one of the taller players. He and Brendan Kelly doing a lot of the dirty work under the boards. All season for the Hillers.
Gets the kind roll on that 2nd free throw, going 1 and 2 on that trip.
Oh, almost a 4th foul on Russell. He ran over Ambersoni down there, or Puvakad.
Laying too strong from Ashland. And then Kavanaugh, frustrated there, knew he got hit with the foul.
It might be his 4th. I'm losing track. That's his. It is. Kavanaugh definitely hustling all night long for Ashland. You got to give him credit. That one he's a little out of control there.
Puvakad loses the ball and then gets stripped.
Ooh, nice recovery by Ophia, Chuck Sophia. Good D by Mack.
Lind and Kelly
Brendan
working together for the steal. Lind, a tough shot, a late foul call there, but I think the right call made. Lind will shoot 3 from the free throw line.
See if Lind can. Just took 2. He's got 3 to go now, so plenty of time. Oh, we got to take advantage of those situations. I mean, 16-point lead is rather comfortable at the moment, but anything we've seen, we don't see a lot of weapons overall on the side of Ashland. I mean, like 3-point. Oh, I guess they call it.
It looks like his foot must have been on the line.
Yep. I guess my point is, besides Russell, there's not a whole lot of offense going on for
Nice play there, though, as Shea Hastings gets that fast break bucket. Lynn driving. Nice play there. Another 2 points for him.
Good recovery somehow. I don't know how that ball didn't go out of bounds.
Yeah, somehow hustling to keep that ball in bounds. Russell, the quick fire 3 off the mark. Oh, half a minute left here in this third. Matfiori deep from 3, too strong. Shot clock is off, 20 seconds left for Ashland to whittle this down from a 17-point deficit. It looks like they're going to be content taking the last shot of this quarter.
Got to launch it. They're going to run out of time.
Hastings fires the deep 2 off the mark, and that'll do it here in the third quarter.
Not a bad effort from three-quarters court. And the Hillers.
And it looks like we're going to hand it off to the second edition of this 50-50 raffle here for tonight.
Thank you very much for continuing to support the class of 2019 throughout these many varsity games. Go to our class events to help people afford the senior league, to help them put on the game really truly game. All right, about to announce the winner. The number is 3509851. That's 3509851. Congratulations to the winner. You can pick up your winnings at the table over there. Thank you again.
Again, as that student let us know, the 50-50 raffle supporting the 2019 graduating class of the Hopkinton Hillers. Second one of the night there, but the Hillers hoping for their second victory of the night, up 43-26, and barring any type of shooting outburst here from Ashland, it looks like we will get that second win of the night.
Yeah, so far so good, and fun crowd here on a Tuesday night. A lot of action here at the Athletic Center. You got cheerleaders, you've got, I don't know exactly
band playing.
What band that it is, but they're doing a great job. We've been here for 2 games, so it's been a long night for everybody and a fun night. And you get some youth kids on the other side jumping on some of the mats. Nice community event tonight. And great competition between both schools. Boys and girls putting on a good show for everybody. And we appreciate everybody tuning into HCAM TV. As we start the fourth quarter here. And the Hillers have a 43-26 lead. Oh, there's a steal.
Ambersoni takes it right away to a wide open layup. Ambersoni's been having a very solid game offensively and defensively.
Oh, there's another steal.
Matfiori takes away that wild drive. Puvakad settles for an open 3. Hits off of the scoreboard. The shot clock, the game clock above the rim. That's out of bounds.
And we want to make sure that cover all the things happening here at the Athletic Center. And our graphics extraordinaire, Samantha Dings, and she does a lot more than graphics around here, but she also keeps us under control. She just informed us that there's a free throw shooting contest after the game, so the young boys and girls that are here tonight, looks like there will be some sort of a free throw shooting contest. So for those of you who are, I don't know that we're going to cover that. That would be and sponsored by the Knights of Columbus. We appreciate them doing that, and all the young youth basketball players, as you can imagine, are fired up for that. And we wish everybody luck in that contest. And in the meantime, we've got ourselves a 19-point lead for the Hiller boys, 7:26 left to go in the fourth quarter. Brendan Kelly on the line for 2. It might be 1-1. Yeah, it's 1-1.
First one is good for Kelly. Second one coming momentarily. Opening up a 20-point lead now for Hopkinton.
Couple swishes in a row.
Nope.
No basket.
Violation somewhere along the line there. Negating that free throw there for Hopkinton.
Mike Puvakad stepped over the line. I think he owes Brendan a slice of pizza after the game for that. I'll let them work it out amongst themselves.
Right. Sure, there's some code.
Ooh, nice shot.
Hastings, gets a tough floater to fall. Open three. Lynn passes up for a better shot from Puvakad, but he can't hit it. And a foul called along the baseline.
On Kelly, I think, over the back. His second foul. Hiller's pulling back their full court press, picking up man-to-man at half court. Showing a little mercy here with a score of 18 points in their favor. But we've seen, there's a steal almost, and there is a steal.
Ambersoni does manage to come up with it, takes it all the way.
Ooh, nice
but
recovery.
Rabideau doesn't give up. Lynn comes up with the loose ball, and he will be going to the free throw line yet again. Two more free throws coming for Lynn, who in the second half has been very active, especially from the stripe.
Kester and Rosen coming in for Kelly and Puvakad. See if we see those guys again before the end of the night. Mac Lynn hits both.
Two free throws for Lynn. Rabideau shot just falls short. And then he is fouled from behind. Or excuse me, Ambersoni grabs the rebound. He's fouled from behind by Rabideau. And already free throws for the rest of this game coming for Hopkins. They're not showing any mercy to us. That's for sure. I'm saying that up here.
Back-to-back games. We just don't want to be too repetitive here as we say the same thing over and over for the last 3 hours, but we're having a good time, and it's always fun when the Hillers are winning.
Absolutely.
And again, the girls, congratulations to the Hiller girls for their victory before this game here, the 2-point victory. And Ambersoni hits them both. Ashland looking to, you know, they're not giving up by any means. They're playing hard.
Kavanaugh in there with 4 fouls. Russell, I too believe I picked up his 4th foul somewhere along the line. Mafiori, the spin move, gets the hook to fall. Great smooth looking play there by Mafiori.
Circus shot there. He's had a few of those this year.
Ball rolls out of bounds, stays with Ashland.
Mac Lind and Mafiori taking a breather. And Brian Keefe comes in the game along with Drew Rankatori, I think. Ooh, nice block. Oh, look pretty good from here, but must have been a little body contact on Keefe.
Yep, 2 free throws coming now for Ashland. Down 52-28. And Ashland looking to knock off this 8-game losing streak. Looks like it will go to 9 after this one. They will fall most likely to 2-12, 1-10 in TVL. A tough year for the Clockers. While it looks like Hopkinton should improve to 9-4 overall, 9-2 in the TVL. Very strong showing for the Hiller boys this season in the normally tough Tri-Valley League.
Ooh, tough. Ryan, unfortunately, Ryan and Brian, they couldn't make that connection there. And Kester, like a man, took responsibility for that. He passed that one out of bounds, but owned that one. And no harm, no foul, as they say. 22-point lead, 5 minutes or 5.5 minutes left in the game. Wow, Shea Hastings. As soon as I I said something earlier that the only offense that Kevin is for Ashland is Kevin Russell.
Right.
I think since I said that, Shea Hastings has got 3 buckets. So I like to retract that statement that I made about 10 minutes ago.
During that last possession, there was a bit of a high pass caught by Ashland. Your buddy Soderberg there looked like his light flashed before his eyes for a little bit. Luckily, Ashland was able to save your friend there from certain doom, it looked like.
Sure. And 3-pointer by Ryan Kester.
Hastings offensive board.
Nice little block by, I don't know if it was a block or it certainly disrupted the shot.
Right, very least altered. But I think Hastings must, his ears must be ringing because he's going after the offensive glass and trying to get those points. Trying to prove you wrong, Steve.
Yeah, I know it's not the first time, and it's happened many a times in the past. So,
Ambersoni drives down, gets Rosen a decent look. Rosen, another opportunity,
nice.
Gets that one to go.
Good effort. Working. He's a hard-working kid. Earned that. Oof, almost a travel. Stopping the dime there.
3-point shot,
Woo.
Up and in.
We don't have number 2, but he's a nice little player for Ashland. He hits this swish 2 free throws and then just hit a 3-pointer. So. To Ashland's credit, they're not giving up. And down by 22, but 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the ball game. Full court press by Ashland. Nice job by Keith.
Dribbles through it. Nice bounce pass to Rankatori. And one. It looks like that's going to be the 5th for Kavanaugh. He knows it. He's heading toward the bench.
Nice play by Keith. Brian Keith doesn't start. Only a sophomore, so
right, the only one on the team.
We'll be seeing a lot of him in the next couple of years, including this year, obviously. But he's playing, getting a lot of meaningful minutes in that particular play. Kept his composure, bringing the ball up, and waited to the right moment to dump the ball off to Rankatori, who gets the 3-pointer, completes the 3-point play.
60-35 lead for Hopkinton. Just over 4 minutes left here in this one.
Nice play.
Wow, tough play from College. Got the kind roll on that high arcing layup, took the contact, free throw coming.
6'2" senior. Really nice up and under move.
Can't convert the 3-point play. Off of Hopkinton though, stays with Ashland. So the next game for these Hopkinton Hillers, they will be home here on Friday, February 1st, hosting the Westwood Wolverines. Going to be at 6:30. Again here Friday the 1st at 6:30, hosting Westwood.
Okay. And Tom Nappy and I are going to do that game. Oh, look, it's a big collision right there. Almost a foul. And I say that, but I need to run that by number 2. And we don't have his number.
Another 3, right?
So again, we apologize. We don't know number 2's name, but he's got about 8 points this quarter, and he's having a heck of a game. Referee says my time. Something's up with the clock, perhaps. 30-second shot clock didn't really move. Maybe they need to move the clock. That's 30-second clock. It's always good, Tim. You'll realize this a little later, but before you commit to anything on a Friday night, it's always good. I'm married, so I have to run that by my boss, Donna, and I certainly will need to do that before I can commit 100% to do the game with Tom Nappy. But I'm pretty sure I can pull that together. But looking forward to doing the game with Tom. We've done a couple games in the past, and
looks like we are getting word that number 2 for Ashland is Jake Rimza.
Well, he hasn't hit the Rimza much tonight. He's been hitting. That's too bad.
I think Donna might keep in after that one.
No, really. Maybe I should stay home that next Friday night with some of that kind of comment. Yeah. But anyway, thank you for the research, everyone. And we want to give Jake Rimza his due because he's lighting it up here in the second half for Ashland with at least 8 points. And looks like a freshman or something, but he's not a big kid. And that's it's good to see for Ashland.
The three knocked down from Nicholas Hines, getting his fan section up and giving them something to cheer about here this late in the game.
He's hit a couple three-pointers this season, but doesn't happen as often. But he's a hustler, man. I'll tell you what. Sazitsky, no good.
College gets the finger roll to drop.
Then College having a nice game for Ashland as well. Keith.
Yeah, despite the record and them struggling, there is some talent on this Ashland squad. Just unfortunately running into a pretty tough Hillers team, especially, well, it looks like they're conditioning everybody on the bench who's dressed in, who isn't dressed in street clothes is out there, has played, and it's a big part of that is the full court press that they've had, giving Ashland a lot of trouble.
Hillers all of a sudden 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game, 21-point lead for Hillers.
Hines wants to get his crowd going, and they're waiting for him to knock down a bucket. Another one.
Ooh, tough shot. Ellis Spar in the game.
Under minute 45 seconds left now here in this contest. Again,
nice.
Should be safe to say that Hopkinton will move on to 9-4 overall now, 9-2 in the TVL, upping their current streak to 4 games as Russell knocks down the 3. Ashland, meanwhile, should drop to 2-12, 1-10 in the TVL.
Oh. Ooh.
Apparently went right through, got him in the face. It was a nice block until he followed through. Got Sazitsky in the cheek. 2 free throws coming.
Evan Sazitsky, senior forward, senior guard, on the line for 2. Evan's mom is Abby Rosenberg, one of the directors and founders of the Sharon Tiblin 5K road race that benefits ALS research for the Angel Fund. They've raised about $2 million over the last 16 years, and it's a great event. Abby, along with Dave Kruger and a bunch of volunteers, too many to name here. It's June 15th, Saturday morning is the event this year, and I think on the 31st, oh, nice pass. Keith with a beautiful, unselfish play to Rankatori. That's the second time he's set up his buddy for an easy bucket. Oof.
So with some time left, just under a minute now, we want to give one last shout out to our crew for helping us out on this double duty night. Tom Dings, Samantha Dings, Mary Arnott, John Ritz, and Mike Chirosian. Again, thank you guys for sticking with us through this doubleheader. And again, just one last note on the free throw contest after the game. Sponsored by, I believe, the Knights of Columbus, if I remember correctly. That's going to be young boys and girls here participating in the free throw contest after the game.
And Sazitsky took the ball up there, had the ball swatted away. Still Hopkinton ball.
The Hillers, again, will be here on Friday, February 1st, hosting Westwood at 6:30 p.m. That'll be the next time you see the Hiller boys here. The Hiller girls have a few away games before they make it back to home. Shot clock is off. 3 from Russell. No good.
5 seconds.
And this shot should do it here. No good. Ball hits off the front of the rim, and that leaves Hopkinton with a 65-45 victory. pretty dominating victory. Besides the first 4 or 5 minutes of the first quarter, Hopkinton pretty much dominated.
Yeah, great night here at the Athletic Center. Lots of good ball by all 4 teams who played, the boys and girls varsity basketball teams from Ashland and Hopkinton. Great job, everybody. Congratulations to both teams. And again, a 20-point win for the Hillers as we wrap up a really fun night. And I want to thank the crew here. And Tim, you can take us out. So,
absolutely. Again, Hillers improved to 9-4 overall with a 65-45 victory. Next game is here. Let's see.
Friday night.
Yep, Friday night, going to be against Westwood, February 1st, 6:30. And so for Steve Spector, I'm Tim Laddick, and for the rest of our crew, we want to thank you guys for joining us here tonight.